Hello, my name is Damaris and welcome back to my channel. Today's subject of the video will be salvation, more specifically the importance of salvation. While I was doing my research, I found many different reasons as to why salvation is so important, but it all breaks down to this: it is necessary. According to the dictionary, salvation can mean two things: state of being saved, and a state of action, being continuously saved. If we unite these two together, it can show us a big point about how big the love of God is for us, that He chooses every year, every month, every week, every day, every hour, every minute, every second, every millisecond to show us how big His love for us is. We said that salvation is important because it's necessary. But why is it necessary? When God first created us, He created us with a body, a soul, and a spirit, which makes us different from animals, which only have body and spirit. When we die, our body will go back to the ground, Genesis 3:19. Our spirit will go back to God, Ecclesiastes 12:7. But what happens to our soul? If we go to the etymology of the word salvation, it's a bit different than its meaning, and it's more specific, which is the saving of the soul. In other words, what happens to our soul is entirely up to us, whether it goes to heaven or it goes to hell. My favorite 3 events of the year are Christmas, Easter, and of course, my birthday, because I get to spend it with my family and get awesome gifts. Now imagine it's your birthday and you decide to throw a party, and a super multi-billionaire happens to walk by with his son, who, by the way, is super handsome, smart, great personality, and to top that off, he's a multi-billionaire himself. And they decide to join the party, your party. And time flies by and it's time to open up the gifts. And so the son personally walks up to you and hands you a gift. I don't know about you, but I probably would freak out and be like, oh, thank you so much. And if I didn't, you'd probably think I'm insane or nuts, which I probably would be if I refused a gift like that. Because seriously, what can you expect, or what kind of gift can you expect from a multi-billionaire? I personally have never and will never refuse a gift from anybody. Try to apply this story to our life. And yes, it might not be your birthday, but Jesus, the Son of God, is personally handing down to you the greatest gift of all, salvation. How can you possibly say no to that? One of the things that we miss when thinking or talking about salvation is the fact that it wasn't an easy gift to obtain. It was kind of like all Mission Impossible movies joined together in one. Dum 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 dum. Speaking of Mission Impossible, did you realize that in the end of a movie, it always ends up being possible? Well, that's kind of what Jesus did in real life. So let's talk about what Jesus had to do in order to obtain that gift. 1. He had to give up his palace, heaven, his wealth, and his status, only to come to a world in which he wasn't even gonna be the king of, and ended up even being the son of a carpenter, not even a doctor or a teacher of the law son, but a carpenter's son. Having a life without sin was already a hard enough task by itself, but he was tempted in every way, according to Hebrews 4:15, and yet he accomplished it amazingly. Having the responsibility of being the world's last hope. Picture having to be the best you can possibly be for people that were constantly trying to bring you down and shame you, but not only you, but your friends. Having to obey God's words, which he did perfectly. As John 13:1 says, he had always loved the people in the world. He loved us so much that he died on the cross, one of the most humiliating, slow, and harmful deaths that you can think of. He rose again in order to keep defending us, in front of his Father, as Romans 4:25 states. So before finishing, I want to remark why salvation is so important. 1. The process of obtaining it was completely hard. 2. The price, which is completely free. 3. It is necessary for us as sinners. And finally, I want to read Hebrews 2:3. How shall we escape the penalty if we ignore so great a salvation? I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, and until next time.